Welcome to Learning Online. Today we're going to explain the differences between common research methods used in psychology with special emphasis on the quagmire of correlation and causation. So what's a quagmire? It is literally a soft, boggy area of land that gives way underfoot. So metaphorically, it's referring to the area where we're learning about correlation and causation, and it is a situation that is full of problems and pitfalls that many people fall into. So I'm hoping to circumvent that for y'all. I wrote a story to make the material more relatable and memorable, but the purpose is to learn the content, so please don't forget that. Instructions. You're going to need your Wizard of Cause handout, a pen or a pencil, and your complete and undivided attention. You're going to listen to and watch 3 videos, and when you see purple writing on the bottom of the screen, pause your video and copy the information where it belongs on your objectives handout. You're going to turn this in as an assignment. When you're done watching all 3 videos, you're going to complete a 10-question quiz, and you're going to be using this knowledge in your life. Believe it or not, it's very useful. So our story is called The Magical Wizard of Cause in the Kingdom of Geek. Chapter 1 is the curiously bad behavior. Our objectives are to explain the purpose of a case study, explain the limits of case study research, and the strengths of the case study. Once upon a time, in the Kingdom of Geek, lived a happy King Crimson with a beautiful daughter, Princess Leia. In the Kingdom of Geek, every Friday night was game night, and all the children in Geek flocked to game parlors where they played games and ate snacks merrily into the night. The problem emerges. For many weeks now, sweet Princess Leia had come home from game night in a wicked bad mood, picking fights with her sisters and talking back to the king and queen. It became known that many of the other teens in the kingdom were exhibiting the same bad behavior, which lingered through the weekends. King Crimson made a decree. Whoever can solve this mystery will have the princess's hand in marriage. In the neighboring kingdom of cats lived the young knight Leo the Lionheart, who pined for the fair Princess Leia. Let the research begin. And so began the quest of Leo the Lionheart to find the cause of the curiously bad behavior that had afflicted the young lads and lasses of Geek. Case study. Princess Leia, tell me everything about game night. What time did you go? What games did you play? How do you feel before? How do you feel after? Who do you talk to? What do you eat? Who, what, when, where, how? Our first objective answer is the purpose of a case study is to study individuals in depth. The case study is complete. At the end of his extensive questioning, Lionheart wrote up a detailed report called a case study describing everything about game night and Princess Leia. After he read and studied the report himself, his Lionheart sunk. It seems the bad behavior started after the introduction of the new game designed by King Crimson himself, the Game of Thrones. More case studies. The exciting Game of Thrones was the most popular game since it had been introduced a month ago, and King Crimson basked in his pride at its success. King Crimson will be furious, lamented Lionheart. Let me talk to more Games of Thrones players. Perhaps there is no connection at all. So he interviewed and studied in depth 4 more teens in Geek of all levels of status. Our second objective answer, a case study limit. Individual cases may mislead us. The individual may not be typical. You cannot validly generalize information from one case study to people in general. A pattern emerges. Each of the 4 Geek teens was studied in depth, and the same pattern was revealed for 2 of these 4. What I recommend to the king? Or what should I recommend to the king? Worried Lionheart. For 3 of the 5 teens, there was bad behavior after the games, but not for the other 2. It seems that if it was true for one, it would be true for others. What's going on here? I'm not sure. Is there a link or not? How can I know? Our third objective answer is a case study strength. While a case study can only describe behaviors, the detailed information can be used to form hypotheses using other research methods that can answer questions that descriptive research cannot. Lionheart needs to pursue other means of research to answer his questions and win the hand and heart of the fair Princess Leia. Let's summarize what we've learned so far. Incidents of teen bad behavior have increased in the kingdom, and King Crimson wants to know why. Leo the Lionheart, looking to betroth the beautiful princess, conducts 5 detailed case studies and gets much in-depth information. He learns the bad behavior started at the time of the introduction of the game designed by the king himself, and his case study data indicates a possible link which can only be assessed by conducting a different kind of research. Research methods are like tools. If we have a question, for example, about brain structures, we need to use the right scanning tool. That would be either an MRI or a CAT scan. We wouldn't be able to use, for example, a PET scan if what we were interested in was brain structure. So, since case studies don't detect actual links between variables, Lionheart must use a different research tool. So you can go ahead and you're done with your first video and you can proceed with your next video.